you know, some of the background when you ask some of the people where you come from, or you know, you could tell by looking at somebody.
Yeah,
And,
but you couldn't tell by looking at me I was Hungarian.
No, only through the program. I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
In Adelaide, it's Tuesday, I think. Tuesday night.
So whereabouts in Hungary are you from?
From Balaton.
Ah, yes.
Kaposvár, actually.
Yeah. It's a nice place. I've been there.
You been there?
I was very little when I was there. But
I come out in '56.
Yes.
I was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
In the MiG-15s.
Yeah. Did you come out in a MiG?
No, but we didn't want to, you know, fight our own people. No. So we just come over to England, and from England they gave me a chance to come to Australia. You know, one of those £10, £10.
Yes.
Things. We guaranteed a job and a house.
Yes.
Then we could come like that. So.
Well, that's very interesting. You know, I did the same thing.
Did you?
But you see, I was a bit younger, and I was one of the people that you didn't want to shoot. So we escaped also. Let's just fill in the details. 1956, there was a revolution. It was a communist state, and the students led a revolution against the regime. Just very briefly, right? You were in the Air Force?
I was in the Air Force in Tassar. And you know, that's Kaposvár. That's one of the biggest jet air force in Hungary.
Right. And this is between Budapest and the Danube and the western border with Austria, about halfway.
Close to Austria.
Yes.
So I still had a uniform on because otherwise you can't get close to the border.
I remember.
So when I get to the border, I get 6 students who has been caught before, and they give him a hiding, you know, belt all their leg with something to not escape. So when they see the uniform, he said, would you help us to come out? Well, I said, how you know I'm going out? He said, by the look of how you dressed, he said, probably you know a little bit easier to.
Yes.
Is a loop in the border there. If you remember in Austria, a lot of people went over and back again.
Yes,
because they don't know the loop on the border.
That's precisely where we got out.
Is it?
Yeah, very close to that because we got caught the first time.
Yeah, I was very lucky because the conductor, he sort of was a nice bloke, and he said, don't come into the next station because they're waiting there with a machine gun. He said, we're going to slow down. Is a curve before that, so the train going to slow down. He said, you jump off.
Yeah, this was on the train, yeah.
On the train. So I thought maybe he's right, you know, so we did I bring all those young students with me, and when we get to the border, we hear the machine gun, and I have nightmare afterwards because I went through, was a wire, sort of a section in the border, and was mined between each wire. So it was about midnight, it was raining, and to go over, you don't know, you step on a mine or not. So in the mud, I made a mark slowly, one wire, then another, and another one. And then I come back, and each student, I got to come back 6 times, 7 times, to tell each of them step into my step.
Yes.
Because they was young, they had no any military background.
How old were you?
I was 23.
23. You weren't that old yourself. You were single at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
didn't have to worry and think about the wife and the family.
But I couldn't even say goodbye to my mother, and they was live only about half a kilometer from the Air Force because I knew if I miss him for a 24 hour or something, they're going to look, you know.
Yes.
So I had no time to go home, say goodbye or nothing.
Did you ring her?
Write a letter through friend because, see, I was a deserter in a way. So if they catch me, they hang me, you know. So
you were not only a deserter, but you were an escaping illegal.
On the top of it, but you know.
So you could have put your mother in danger.
Well, this is why I didn't want to sort of ring in around or something. But he's a friend. I met some artists. I do some painting myself. Yes. And I met some of these artists, and they sort of took me out from the camp. I hardly was in the camp about 3-4 days. Yes. And I was painted with them in Knutsford, just close to Manchester.
In those days, did you speak any English at all?
No. But those Hungarian artists, they was out in there for about 20 years, so they helped me to learn, and I not have to speak to paint.
And then in England, you made yourself a new life.
Yeah.
And you met?
I met my wife.
Yes.
She's Hungarian too.
Uh-huh.
And she was couldn't speak. By that time, I could speak a little bit of English, and they missed the bus, so they tried to get a taxi. And I hear they talk in Hungarian, but they don't know how to. So I get them a taxi and be a gentleman, you know.
Yes.
So I took them home,
Yes.
and after we see each other and after get married, and that's how we had a chance, because in Australia they wanted young couples who
Yes.
settled and
Right.
and have a job and have a good married
What
life.
year
or
did
something.
you arrive here in Australia?
59.
59, early.
59,
Yes.
just before December,
Yeah,
and I had a shock.
yeah,
We end up in Melbourne,
yes.
and sitting on a train, I tried to look for kangaroos and things, and it was just desert, no
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
I said, where the hell are I going?
You got here and where? I mean, we are now standing in Mall
Yeah, well,
in
you
Alice
see-
Springs.
Yeah, we get a guaranteed job just not very far from Adelaide. Is a nail pyritis. They make in sulfuric acid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a mine. I never see a mine in my life, but I get a guaranteed job in
Yes.
on a house in there,
Yes.
and I get a job in there straight away. And I have 3 jobs. You believe it or not?
You had
I
three
have
jobs.
3 jobs. Sometimes I work 24 hours.
Not now.
Not now.
Then?
No, I had my own business, but
Yes.
I just retired. You know, I own a garage. I build a garage myself.
Garages in a petrol station.
Yeah,
garage?
petrol station and cafeteria. My
Where?
wife runs the cafeteria just out of Murray Bridge.
Oh, yeah. So, what are you doing in Alice Springs now?
Well, now when it's a cold weather,
Yes.
I come up here, do a bit of painting. I have some Aboriginal friends who is
Yeah.
are interested in
Yes.
Aboriginal art, and
Yeah.
I paint European
Yes.
things.
Oh, what about your wife?
Adelaide Crows. She's back. I have 3 daughters living in Adelaide.
Yes.
2 of them live in Adelaide. One is in Mildura,
Yeah.
and well, I'm heading back next month anyway.
Right. So you do this on your own.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And she doesn't mind.
No, no. Actually, she was who pushed me
Yeah.
to art. She really love art.
Yes. Does she
And,
paint?
No, but she loved to see me doing
Yes,
it. You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
she's encouraged me. Otherwise, if she wouldn't have encouraged me, I wouldn't have carried
Yeah.
on.
This is a very long way from where you thought perhaps as a 20-year-old boy you might end up.
Never ever dreamed of it.
Morning, Bruce. How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Massage is next. Bruce, you know, I've been coming here to have my hair cut for so many years, I daren't say it. And we've never talked, you and I, have we? We've never talked. So I thought,
Not
well,
really.
here's a chance to have a chat and find. You know, I was actually thinking it's like over 25 years
Yeah.
I've been coming here,
Since King's Cross.
and and it's like all your other customers probably talk to you more than I do.
I don't know. You and I have covered just about all
Huh?
the legal issues.
The legal issues. Well, tell us a bit about how you got started, Bruce.
How I got started was basically by mistake. I came to work as a commercial artist, and a friend of mine got a job managing a hair salon. He was another New Zealander like myself, and he said, "Look, you always wanted to do hairdressing. Why don't you start?" So that was it in that little salon that we first met in King's Cross. That's where I started with my friend who managed the salon, and I started at the age of 21 as a junior.
You worked your way up.
It was hard in those days, not like it is today.
It's easy now, is it?
We had to clean toilets and scrub the floors. Now,
Yeah.
unions protect the kids today. They don't have to do those jobs.
I know that you like to go to Bali for holidays. Was that always your favourite spot?
Hawaii before Bali, I like beaches and sunshine. So Hawaii was the first thing, but then Bali took over from that because it's a quicker destination.
Yeah.
More exciting.
And do you go on your own or? how
I
do you
go on
travel?
my own or I go with friends, depends. Different times, different ways.
Yeah. Have you? Is there a special place that you?
No, I can honestly say I don't think I've stayed in the same place twice.
Yeah.
move around, try different places, you get recommended to places, and then you stay there, and then somebody says, oh, if you like this, then next time go and stay there. So I'm about to head off again.
Yeah, where is it this time?
I'm staying in Legian in the Padma, which is in a nice stretch of the beach.
You know of it, but you haven't stayed there?
I haven't stayed there before.
Right. And how long are you going to stay?
For 2 weeks.
Right.
For me to go to Bali is not to stay in the big 5-star plus hotels where you get all the tourists. I like to stay in Bali, so I prefer the smaller Balinese style hotels.
And is Bali, is the holiday the thing that you work for?
I think I work to pay my tax. No, I don't work for my holidays. I just work because I like it.
You do like it? You
I
still
like
it?
my job.
Yeah.
I do 14 hours a day and I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
It's interesting.
And you get to talk to a lot of people?
A lot of interesting people. I've had people like all the entertainers, all the old ones. I've worked in Her Majesty's Theatre, I've worked in the Footbridge Theatre, so you meet all those people. I've had people like Diana Ross, Bette Midler. So yeah, it's interesting. You do meet a lot of interesting people.
And
Even down to the little old ladies, they're fantastic.
Yeah. And you're here in Double Bay, which is notorious around Australia, famous around Australia, I should say. Notorious for being a suburb of excessive wealth and people with a lot of money. You have a salon which is unlike any other salon in Double Bay. It has no pretensions, it has no guilt, as in G-I-L-T. Why do you do that and how does it work?
Most of my clients are old money, not new money. They're old Australian families. They don't like the pretense. There was a very famous hairdresser, Giorgio Baroni, who had the first big over-the-top salon, all marble and very plush. Yes. When I came back from Rio and was going to set up another business, they said to me, whatever you do, don't do what Giorgio Baroni did. It attracts the wrong type of people and the atmosphere is not nice. So keep it small and just keep it friendly.
Who was this who said this to you?
One of my clients.
Yeah,
one of the clients, and just said, that's not the sort of thing the ladies want.
Right.
Your clients want just the fun, relaxed atmosphere that has always been. Don't ever get one of those. So that's why we've kept it small and catered for what we want, the type of people we attract.
Now, you also have clients who live a long way away. I know you were telling me they were actually flying you somewhere to cut hair.
I have clients in Brisbane, a fashion designer and her family, and they will fly to Sydney just to have a blow wave. Or they'll fly me there to do the hair for the Fashion Awards if they're going out. But they're here in Sydney every 2 weeks. They will fly in, have a facial, have their teeth done, come to me, get the hair done, and then fly home. And if they can't get here, then they fly me to Queensland, which is good. But I have clients in Canberra that come from Canberra every fortnight. Clients from everywhere. Can you just excuse me 1 second? I've just got to check the colour on somebody's hair. When I started in lacrosse, I started off and they were a lot of the street girls. So I dealt with one type of person. Then I came to Double Bay and then they were mostly Europeans and that was another kind of people. So you deal with them, so you learn. Like, I'd never met Jewish people until I came to Australia, and then to come to Double Bay was a big change for me, so I had to learn different cultures. So yeah, at the end of the day, I've changed a lot.
Well, I know you've changed because you've changed physically as well. You've changed the way you do your hair and your moustache, your beard and so on. How else inside, how do you think you've changed?
I think I'm a lot calmer than I used to be.
Yeah.
I was quite erratic before. I think I was, like most people, you think, you're wonderful and you're this and that. And so, I was a bit of a power head.
Really?
I think women used to be scared of me.
Yeah.
But it's different now. I mean, I just want to come in, do my work. I want to talk to people, I want to treat them nice, and then respect me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've changed. I'm a lot calmer than I was. Because it's not easy being a hairdresser. You've got women screaming at you, I've got to get out, and so I used to scream back at them. So now I don't. I just look for the easy way out. And it's much easier. afternoon.
You're not cutting too much off here, are you?
Too late, Andrew. This is the first time you've come in and not told me what to do because you're busy. Relax.
Yeah. Why did you leave New Zealand?
I think frustration, not enough. I'd worked in advertising there as a commercial artist, and just the scope, it was boring. Maybe it's not really what I want to do. I originally wanted to do hairdressing, and my family wouldn't allow me.
Why not?
Country boy in New Zealand doesn't become a hairdresser. Definitely not. You know, all the hairdressers have got the weak wrist. So I wasn't allowed. I had to do what the family decided, and I did it. And then I transferred through to Sydney, and then, like I said, had the opportunity to get out of it, and that was it.
Good morning, Mr. Snip, Snip, Snip. But your haircut is as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Snip, Snip, Snip. But your haircut is as short as mine.
Tell us about what you're doing here today first.
Well, one of the artists down in the corner of the property down here is having a Ambon Refugee Day, raising money for Ambonese people. And it's my job today to go around and get people to donate prizes. Like the party shop donated a $5 voucher, and Vince down at the coffee shop here donated coffee and cake. So I'm very good at that, getting
money out of people.
Well, not money, but to help.
Yeah.
So,
what do you do professionally?
Well, I've just finished 4 years term on Darwin City Council as an alderman. I was elected, and I've just finished that. And then I went to Ireland. I've been backpacking in Ireland for 3 months by myself. Yes.
Just as on a whim, or?
No, I went over for lots of different reasons. Mainly, I suppose, a spiritual journey, really.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting.
Why Ireland? Was there some connection?
I've been there before, and I really enjoyed it. And there's a lot of connections there, I think, with the family. I was very lucky to have dinner with Tim Severin, the author, on New Year's Eve.
How did you manage that?
Well, I've been corresponding with him over the years and sort of telephone calls, and so I decided to go over there and maybe help him with his research on his latest book, and so we had dinner, and so it was very nice.
And did you help him research?
Well, I'm hoping to in the future.
On what subject? What area?
Well, he's just done one on Moby Dick to prove that actually Moby Dick wasn't actually a fairy story. And so I'm very interested in the adventure side of him, you know, the things that he's done. He's been on a raft from China across to California, and he's reenacted Marco Polo's voyage, and he's done the old Silk Road on a motorbike, and, you know, to me that's really appealing. And so I think I'm an adventurer myself. I went to Everest for my 50th birthday. I climbed 78 kilometres of Everest. Gee. And that was really wonderful. So they made
that was your birthday present to you?
Yes, to myself, yes, which is really nice.
Is this something that you'd planned for a long time?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's something I've always wanted to do. And so I just did it on my 50th birthday.
Why the 50th birthday?
I think that's a significant time in my life when I wanted to do it, so I did it. So it was really very exciting, actually. 3 o'clock in the morning, going in my Volvo down to the airport and thinking, yes, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I bet.
Went to Kathmandu, and they were so lovely. They made me a little cake with one little candle on it, and right up on the mountain. It was just wonderful to be up there.
So that was a realisation of a dream.
Of a dream, yes. We came to Darwin just over 20 years ago, my husband and I, and we were unemployed at the time, so we came here, and Darwin's been very good to us. It's a great place. We used to run the big flea market at Rapid Creek on Sunday. We had that for 11 years, so that's very much part of my, my personality. And we both had businesses here, and the kids have grown up, and it's really, my daughter's married a Balinese. We went to Bali and she fell in love with this lovely Balinese man, and now I've got 5 beautiful grandchildren, or 4, and I've got another one on the way.
Bali?
I'm expecting my 5th grandchild in October.
In Bali?
No, they live here.
Yeah.
And he's Hindu, so that's rather nice too. That spiritual side of it's come through in the different things that I do too, so it's rather nice. He's a lovely person, and the family over there are very special, so it's been a wonderful experience that I wouldn't have missed.
You said, you were saying you did this backpacking trip, for example, on your own, and your 50th birthday. Were you on your own there too?
Yes. No. I divorced him a couple of years ago after 30 years. Wonderful man. I love him very much, but I just can't live with him anymore because I think we're just going in different directions. You know, I think sometimes I'm all a bit too much for him because I'm always into things and doing things. Yet he's a more quieter person, and so anyway, that I decided I wanted to travel and do all these wonderful things, so that's what I'm doing. So it's really great.
And was the divorce all right? Did you manage to keep it amicable
Yes,
somehow?
yes. It's not an easy situation to go through. It's been very hard at times, but it's I think we're both now happy and doing what we want to do, and so let's see what happens. We've got the next 40 years on this planet, so I will remain friends. I think we'll always be, because we've got the children between us, and so yeah. So it's been a good life.
I'm Andrew. You're
I'm Simon.
Simon.
Phil.
Phil.
I'm Martin.
Martin.
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Where are you guys heading today?
We're going to the movies.
What are you going to see?
Road trip. New Tom Green one.
Right.
Yeah,
It's going to be good.
American comedian. Didn't you
Canadian.
used to have...
Canadian.
Oh, Canadian. Canadian
Yeah.
comedian.
Same thing.
Didn't you used to have long hair?
I did. Yeah.
Ah, why'd you cut it short?
You're supposed to be asking
Change.
you the questions.
All right, sorry.
That's all right.
great.
Did you ever have long hair?
Yes, I did. Down to here, in fact.
And then he cut it off and had a big mohawk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then the school chucked a psycho at him, so he shaved it off.
Yeah.
All right.
so-
Which do you prefer?
What, the mohawk or the long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to wear the mohawk everywhere, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why did you? That was just a statement.
That was just a statement. Yeah. It was.
So people shaved it for him.
Yeah.
He was asleep.
What have you ever done something like that? You know, make a statement like
No.
that? No. Did you? What did you think of his?
Interesting.
Interesting. What
in
about
a
you?
girly type of way.
Yeah, I've done. I did it in the
Sure,
last
Coxie.
holidays.
Yeah. What did you do?
Same thing, just the
Yeah.
mohawk down the
It's a really
center.
little one.
Yeah.
Did you tell your parents about it first?
Oh no, but I kept it for the whole holidays, and they were actually saying that they'd write notes to the school if I wanted to keep, and I said, oh no.
Wow. Yeah, and the chicks dig it, so that's why I got it done.
Yeah. Did your parents react?
Oh, they went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mum didn't mind so much, but Dad said, so we had relatives coming over, and he didn't want to introduce me as the strange son. So, you know, I had it all shaved off and just letting it grow out now.
Well, that looks all right.
Yeah.
Do you like
Thank
it?
you. Yeah.
Like a furry
feels all right.
bowling ball.
Good.
Yeah.
What
Give it
about
a rub.
you?
Me?
What crazy hair things have you done?
I've done every holidays. I normally go a different color, like black and green or bright blue or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but then the school chucks a psycho, so I have to dye it black for to make it normal, natural. But yeah, so I don't do it for a statement. I just do it because it looks cool and the chicks dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. It's all
It certainly is. Now, why are you going to the movies, the four of you, and there's no chicks?
Oh, they're
Oh, no.
waiting.
Yeah.
Someone came and told us that you were down here, and
Oh,
so
I
we
see.
ran down to see you, and they sort of wanted to stay up there and buy our tickets, and we have no problems with that. I've got a great bunch of friends, which
Yeah.
I love hanging around with. Yep. Exhibit A.
Yes.
I'm president
He likes
of.
the doors.
I like the Doors.
Uh-huh.
Doors are cool.
Right.
I'm chairperson of Willoughby Youth Council, so I'm sort of into all the community stuff. I like to get out there, organise lots of stuff for young people, like music. I just like hanging out, and I'm an easy person to talk to. So
All right. Well,
that's me.
we've discovered that.
That's me.
Okay, but you haven't told us your bad points.
Bad points.
Have you got any?
Um,
Well, shall we ask them?
yeah, I'll ask these guys.
So you haven't got any bad
I
boys.
stress a little.
Yeah, you do stress a little, yeah.
Well, mind you, when you're throwing my mum's antiques around the house, I tend to do that a little bit. Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, what, good or bad points?
Well, I take both.
Well, I'll keep it brief. I like to listen a lot. That's my good point. And
Yeah.
I don't talk enough. That's my bad point.
All right. Apart from all, you have goof times and fun and all that. Do you ever talk about anything serious? Do you ever?
Yeah,
get
well,
into
as I said
issues?
before, Martin and I were on the youth council, so we do a lot of stuff around this area. Like we've proposed, actually not proposed, we've got a skate park being built because there's a lot of young people around who's got nowhere to skate and they're
Right.
always knocking over other people. So we got a skate park being built. We're trying to get a live band venue happening around here, but we can't seem to find one.
Yeah.
We organise concerts, forums where people can talk about issues like young people and sexuality, young people and things to do in the area, young people in education, young people in health, whatever it is. And yeah, amongst our friends we sort of talk about it as well, but it never takes a dominant role because we're young and we've got more interesting things to talk about.
Indeed you do. And I'll let you go and watch the movie. Thanks very much
Thanks
for
a
your
lot.
time.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thanks,
to meet
Andrew.
you. See ya.
See ya.
Nice meeting you.
All the best.
Bye.
Sweet.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. See you later.